I believe it was the great Abraham Kuyper who once said, "Fourscore and 7 years ago, our Martin Luther brought forth on this continent a new Reformation, conceived in faith alone, and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equally depraved."
Today, you're listening to the Sip and the Sota podcast. I love the state of Mississippi, even though they've been considered by me foolish, stupid, potentially obese. It's still a great state.
You've reformed your thoughts on them.
I have, in honor of Reformation Day.
Oh, Reformation Day. Can you tell us more about that?
In honor of Reformation Day, we're having a reformed mullet. Think about the life of Martin Luther. Business in the front. He was working for his salvation. He actually meant it.
Man, messed up.
Then, in the back half, he took it easy. It's like he was listening to what the Word of God said. And you see, that's the laid back party. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Martin?
I would agree with that statement. Luther always said, "I did nothing. I simply preached, taught, and wrote the Word of God. And while I sat back and had some beer with my friends and slept, you know what? The Word of God did the rest. Took down the papacy." No offense.
Did you just say you wrote the Word of God?
Oh, yes, like writing?
Oh, I was going to say, that was very papal of you.
Oh, man, no. I didn't write it. I wrote about it.
You're
Easily
close.
confused.
Easily confused.
And today...
I love burning people
Yeah,
at the stake.
exactly. And today...
Only in Mild X Cathedral.
Oh, yes. So we're going to talk about how to avoid getting burned at the stake. So, here's a few key tips. Number one, avoid public heresy. That's a big one.
Against who?
Against the Word of God and the Church. So if you're not a heretic in public, they can't do anything about it.
What about John?
Well, not everything goes your way. So, step number two, avoid practicing witchcraft. This is also a very important thing to avoid, because some people, abracadabra, they're casting spells. That's not good. Don't cast spells. But
It's a hot take.
yes, and step number three, avoid getting nabbed in a political uprising. See, this is the one everybody forgets about. They know not to commit public heresy. They know not to do witchcraft. But sometimes they forget, hey, if there's a public uprising, don't get nabbed. And you know what?
It's easy to forget.
It almost happened to Luther, but he got nabbed by the good guys. And all in all, if things don't go your way, if you're declared a heretic by the likes of his people, know this. Try to wear a flame retardant suit first. Think ahead. They can't burn you if you're wearing flame retardant clothing. Step number two, if they don't allow you to wear flame retardant clothing, ask for dry wood, because it will burn faster and it won't be as bad.
Now, let's move on to our sponsor.
Oh, yes.
Hans's Habits. We're in the bad habit of making good habits. Buy one habit and get one free hammer.
You can start a reformation.
And I don't like that. Speaking, yeah.
That's true.
But now, we move on to everybody's favorite segment. The plumbest, the wildest segment of the week. Noah, this week, I think your story, I meant Luther, sorry. Your story is coming through.
Yes, so we're sticking today with the theme of religion. And as someone who was hurt in the Protestant Reformation and suffered much, there's also a little known story that people don't really know about me. So,
What is it?
before I had these luscious locks, these fantastic follicles, this manly mullet, if you will,
The manliest mullet.
there was a time when I was a child, and this Catholic girl, we were all trying to figure out what religions we were, and this Catholic girl, she said, because I said I wasn't Catholic, she said, "Oh, are you Jewish?" And I said, "What? Why would you think I'm Jewish?" And she said, "Well, you got like a little bit of stuff right here. And, well, you know, that's from this thing I suffered from as a child was double colics. And, you know,
Are you talking about cowlicks?
cowlicks, yeah.
What do you call them?
Colics?
What?
It's an accent. I'm sorry.
It's cowlicks.
Yeah.
Clarification for the audience. Proceed.
Either way, my cousin would call me ice cream cone head because I had hair sticking up back here. So I asked her, do you think I have hat hair from a yarmulke? And so I know what it feels like to be persecuted as a Jewish man. But not only that, one Halloween, we're going out with friends. And all of our friends are looking at us. And we're going down on this trip to all these houses. One by one, we're getting candy from all these houses. It's going great. We got astronauts, we got cowboys, we got everything. Everybody's dressed up. Then we come to this one man's house. And, you know, everybody likes to guess what you are. So they're like, oh, are you a cowboy? Are you a princess? Are you an astronaut? And then they come to me.
What do they think you were?
And then he asked me, are you a Muslim woman? And I said, I have a dagger, sir. What do you mean, am I a Muslim woman? I am obviously a ninja. But hey, this isn't his fault. He's from Mississippi. Give him a break.
Hey, don't talk bad about the great state of Mississippi.
And that's our plum wild story. Cause
It's plumb wild.
this has been the Sip and the Soda. Deuces.
Dude, I couldn't quit laughing when